was never good at dreaming, always keeping close to earth. Never thought a single moment could completely change my world. Then your eyes became the window to a place I've never known, and somehow all the quiet pieces started feeling home. Now every passing day feels different than before, and every little part of me keeps asking you for more. You feel like echoes of your name running through my mind, turning all my empty spaces into something bright. You feel like echoes of your name, soft but staying strong. Like I knew this heart was yours all along. We don't talk about forever, but I see it in your smile. Like tomorrow isn't scary if you stay a little while. Every laugh becomes a memory before the moment ends, and every second spent beside you feels too good to spend. I never thought I'd find a feeling this complete, but now your voice becomes the place where all my thoughts can sleep. You feel like echoes of your name running through my mind, turning every ordinary day into a perfect night. You feel like echoes of your name, still and beautiful. Like every road inside my heart was leading home to you. Maybe this is what love sounds like. Not a storm, not a fire, just a quiet kind of magic, getting stronger over time. And if one day life moves quickly and the seasons rearrange, I know this feeling in my chest will still say your name. You feel like echoes of your name filling all was learning how to be okay with ordinary days, never chasing after stories, never needing hearts to change. Then you came without a warning, like a melody at night, and suddenly the world I knew looked softer in your light. Now every road feels new, every color feels alive, and every time you hold my hand, something wakes inside, somewhere between our hearts. Something started growing, slow enough to feel like peace, strong enough to keep me hoping. Somewhere between your smile and every word you say, I found a kind of love that makes me wanna stay. There are moments when you're laughing and the whole room disappears, like the noise inside my mind gets quieter when you're here. I don't need a perfect future, I don't need to know the end. If I get to walk beside you again and again, 'cause every little touch feels warmer than before, and every day with you makes me believe a little more. Somewhere between our hearts, a little world was made out of simple conversations and promises we never say. Somewhere between your eyes and every silent glance, I found a kind of feeling I never thought I'd have. Maybe love is not the fireworks, maybe love arrives this way, in the calm and in the quiet, choosing us each day. And if the world keeps turning fast, if seasons come apart, I'll still remember where I found this place between our hearts. Somewhere between our hearts, I finally understood that love doesn't need forever to become something good. Somewhere between this moment and all the days ahead, I'll keep carrying your name inside the things unsaid. Stay here tonight, don't say goodbye. Fade into light. was a season I remember where my days all felt the same. Morning light and quiet evenings, nothing calling out my name. Then you happen like a whisper, not too sudden, not too loud, but somehow every little silence feels different now. And I don't know when it started or how my heart could tell, but somewhere in the smallest moments I began to feel. Before I knew your name, I think I waited for you. In every almost feeling, in every sky of blue. Before I knew your name, you were already there, like a song inside the distance, floating through the air. Now I catch myself smiling at things you never see, like the way your voice gets softer when you're talking close to me. And I don't ask for perfect endings or stories written bright. I just like the way the world feels with you in my life. 'Cause every passing heartbeat feels lighter than before, and every time you're near me I notice something more. Before I knew your name, I think my heart was learning how to leave the empty places and keep the fire burning. Before I knew your name, I didn't understand that love could feel so quiet and still feel this grand. Maybe some people arrive slowly, like rain instead of storms, not changing who we are, just making life feel warm. And maybe that's the reason this never feels too far. 'Cause even in the beginning, you felt familiar. Before I knew your name, you were somewhere in my story, hidden in the little moments, waiting there for me. Before I knew your name, I was standing still. Never thought that something simple could become the thing I feel. Then you walked into the silence like a song I used to know, and suddenly the empty spaces started glowing slow. Every word you say feels warmer than before, and every time you leave I want you even more. If the stars could stay, they'd stay where you are, shining through my darkest nights like a never-ending spark. If the stars could stay, I'd ask them not to fade, 'cause every little part of me feels safe when you remain. Now I notice little moments, how your fingers touch my hand, how you make the ordinary feel like something heaven planned. And I don't need perfect answers or forever written down. I just know my heart gets lighter every time you're around. Every breath we share feels softer than before, and every time you smile I fall a little more. If the stars could stay, they'd stay where you are, lighting every hidden place inside my hopeful heart. If the stars could stay, I'd hold them in your name, 'cause nothing in this world could shine the way your love remains. Maybe love is not a fire, maybe love's a steady light, something quiet growing slowly, turning darkness into bright. And if someday we get lost, if the sky forgets our way, I'll remember how you looked at me, and all the stars will stay. If the stars could stay, they'd stay where you are, through every season passing by. No matter near or far, if the stars Never thought I'd find a feeling hidden in familiar ways. Then your smile became a moment that I wanted not to end. And suddenly my quiet world started opening again. And maybe I don't know how all of this became, but every little part of me keeps calling out your name. I think my heart knew before my mind could see that somewhere in the ordinary you were waiting there for me. I think my heart knew long before I understood that love could feel so peaceful and still feel this good. Now I keep collecting moments like your laughter in the dark, and all the tiny conversations that leave their mark. You never needed grand intentions, you never tried too hard, but somehow all the smallest things stayed inside my heart. And every passing evening feels softer than before, like every closed and careful place is closing less and more. I think my heart knew the first time that you smiled that someday all these little things would matter after a while. I think my heart knew even when I didn't try, that some feelings don't arrive, they've always been inside. Maybe love is not a question, maybe love already knows, and all we do is slowly follow where the feeling goes. And maybe all this time what I searched for wasn't new. Maybe I was only learning how to recognize you. I think my heart knew before the words were there, before I ever noticed how much I started to care. I think my heart knew, and now I finally do. Some loves don't suddenly appear, they quietly become true. Stay in this feeling, stay here a while. I think my heart knew. how empty moments could slowly turn around. Then your voice became familiar, like a place I've always known. And suddenly the spaces in me didn't feel alone. Now every passing evening feels warmer than before, like all the locked and careful parts don't close anymore. Until you felt like home. I never understood how something could be quiet and still feel this good. Until you felt like home. I didn't recognize that love could come so softly and stay inside my life. Now I collect the little details that most people ignore, like how your eyes get brighter when you're laughing more. And I don't need a perfect future or promises too soon. I only know the world feels softer whenever I'm with you. 'Cause every little heartbeat feels lighter than before, and every ordinary second makes me want you more. Until you felt like home. I thought love had to shine like fireworks in open skies, or timing just right. Until you felt like home. I finally came to see that sometimes love arrives so calm you almost don't believe. waiting for a sign, just collecting little moments, trying to pass the time. Then somehow in the middle of an ordinary day, you appeared so unexpectedly, and everything changed. Now every evening feels warmer, every silence feels new, like all the missing pieces were only leading to you. I love the way you found me when I wasn't trying, like sunlight through an open door, without even asking. I love the way you found me and made the world slow down. Now every place I've ever been feels different somehow. You never tried to save me, never promised perfect days. You just stayed inside the moments and somehow showed the way. Now I notice little details, like how your voice can calm my mind, and how forever feels less distant every single night. And every passing second turns ordinary into gold. I didn't know my heart had room for feelings I couldn't hold. I love the way you found me without a grand design, like something beautiful arrived exactly at the right time. I love the way you found me and turned the dark to blue. Now every dream I ever keep looks a little like you. Maybe all the waiting mattered, maybe all the empty space was only making room for someone who would love me this way. And if tomorrow changes everything, if seasons move too fast, I'll keep this feeling safely, like something built to last. I love the way you found me, like a song I've always known, like my heart remembered yours before we even spoke. I love the way you found me, and I don't need to hide cheerful thoughts. Forgot how not to smile. Now every passing heartbeat feels softer than before, like something closed inside of me is opening the door. You arrived so quietly, I almost missed the sound, like rain against a window, like light touching the ground. You arrived so quietly and changed what I could see. Now every little piece of life feels closer to complete. I keep replaying conversations that probably meant nothing, but somehow in the smallest words you leave a trace of something. And I don't need dramatic stories or skies that rearrange. I only know the way I feel will never be the same. 'Cause every time you're near me, the world slows down again, and all the ordinary moments feel softer than they've been. You arrive so quietly, without a grand design, like finding hidden sunlight after cloudy days and time. You arrived so quietly, but stayed inside my heart. And now I don't remember who I was before the start. Maybe love is not a thunder, maybe it doesn't need to shine. Maybe it becomes a feeling one slow day at a time. And maybe that's the beauty of something honest and true. You don't notice when it begins until it becomes you. You arrived so quietly, but now I hear it clear. Every silent little moment feels different with you here. You arrived so quietly, and now I finally know some feelings don't appear at once, they slowly learn to grow. Stay a little longer, don't disappear. You arrive so quietly. I used to think that love was distant, like a place I'd never see. Something written in the movies, but not meant for someone like me. Then you showed up with the shape of love. And every passing evening feels softer than before, like every closed and careful part doesn't close anymore. You feel like home, like somewhere I can stay, like all the scattered pieces found their place. You feel like home, not loud, not bright, not fast, just something I could hold and hope will last. You feel like home to me. Now I notice little details, like your laughter in the dark, and how the smallest conversations leave their color on my heart. I don't need endless promises, I don't need perfect plans. Just knowing you'll be next to me feels more than I understand. And every time you look at me, the world slows down again, like maybe all the searching was leading to this end. You feel like home, like sunlight through the blinds, like finding something beautiful without trying to find. You feel like home, like somewhere I belong, like my heart knew all along and waited all this time. Maybe love is not a moment, maybe love becomes a place, built from all the little things we never think to say. And if tomorrow changes us, if seasons come and go, I'll still remember how it felt to finally feel at home. You feel like home, like all the years before were only empty hallways leading to your door. You feel like home, and now I understand. Sometimes love arrives so softly, you don't notice when it began. You feel like home to me. Stay here tonight. Don't let go. You feel like home. I was feeling empty hours, letting days just come and go, never asking for a story, never needing more to hidden in my life. Now every ordinary moment feels brighter than before, and every quiet little feeling keeps opening the door, like we were meant to meet, like time already knew that all the roads I wandered down would end somewhere with you, like we were meant to meet, so gentle and so slow. And now I can't imagine how I didn't know. You don't say the perfect things, you don't try to shine too much, but somehow all the smallest moments stay inside my heart. And maybe that's the reason this feels different than before, 'cause nothing here is complicated, yet I keep wanting more. And every little glance feels softer than it seems, like somehow you keep turning my reality to dreams, like we were meant to meet, like stars aligned somewhere, without a single loud goodbye to who I was back then, like we were meant to meet. And now I finally see that maybe all the waiting was bringing you to me. If I could talk to who I was before you came around, I'd tell her not to hurry. Some beautiful things are found without searching too hard, without asking the sky. Sometimes love appears so quietly, you don't ask yourself why, like we were meant to meet. Something fell in place, like every unanswered question found meaning in your face, like we were meant to meet. And maybe that is true, 'cause every version of my life feels softer next to you. Stay for a while, right here tonight. Like we were meant to meet. I never thought about forever. I was fine with passing days, keeping all my thoughts together, living in familiar ways. Then you came in like a whisper, not sudden, not too bright, but somehow every ordinary hour started catching light. Now every little silence feels softer than before, like something hidden in my heart is opening the door, like morning finds the light. You found your way to me without a single promise made, without me asking something wonderful. Now I notice how the evenings feel warmer than they used to be, and conversations last much longer than I thought they'd ever need. You don't try to change the story, you don't ask me who to be, but somehow when I'm standing near you, I feel more like me. And every passing heartbeat feels calmer than before, like all the places in my don't wander anymore, like morning finds the light. You arrive so naturally, like all the missing little moments were becoming clarity, like morning finds the light. You made me don't appear at once, they slowly color life. Maybe real love isn't rushing, maybe it doesn't need a sign, maybe it comes in quiet moments, one soft day at a time. And maybe all the waiting wasn't empty after all, maybe every road I walked was leading to your call, like morning finds the light. You found me where I was, and suddenly the world I knew became enough, because like morning finds the light, I finally understand. Sometimes love arrives so gently, you don't notice when it lands. Stay until sunrise. Stay in this light, like morning finds the light. I used to think that life was moving without asking me to stay. Little days and quiet evenings passing in the usual way. Then you came without a warning, every passing moment feels brighter than before, like every hidden part of me doesn't hide anymore. Maybe it was always you, waiting in the distance, hidden in the little things and quiet coincidences. Maybe it was always you, long before I knew, 'cause nothing ever felt this calm until I found you. Now I count the small reminders, like your shadow next to mine, how your voice can make an evening feel softer every time. And I don't need forever promised or answers written clear. I only know the world feels warmer whenever you are here. 'Cause every little heartbeat feels different than before. And every time you look at me, I notice something more. Maybe it was always you, the feeling I was missing, the reason ordinary days suddenly feel worth living. Maybe it was always you, the place I never knew that my heart had been returning to before